What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about both silver and gold, do a little bit of a spot price update, and share some of my thoughts on whether or not I think people are going to be gravitating toward the precious metals during these times of inflation. And of course, got to go over the Federal Reserve making a major announcement today around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, deal alerts, live streams, and a whole lot more. I'm going live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, last but not least, make sure to go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Tell 3 friends about it. Before the end of the month, they're going to give you at least $150 worth of Amazon stock for free. Everything is linked in the description. So today is Wednesday, January 26th, 2022. The current spot price of silver, as I'm filming the video, is $23.93. It's up 13 cents or up 0.55%. Decent green day for silver so far. Spot price of gold is $1846.50. Gold's actually in the red. It's down $1.40 or down 0.08%. And the gold to silver ratio is in the 77-to-1 range. But again, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. So today, I wanted to talk about a couple of different things. We're going to be talking quite a bit about silver and gold, as you can see right here on display. I have some of my usuals. We have some creatures of the north. We have some silver bars, some silver coins, some fractional gold up there at the top. But before we can even get into the money, I think we also need to first talk about the currency, and even more so, the Federal Reserve. So if you've been living under a rock for the last month, you might not have known that the Federal Reserve had a huge meeting scheduled for yesterday and today, January 25th and 26th. Well, today, by the time this video posts on YouTube, the meeting is already over. An announcement should have been made by the Fed around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, you don't have to wait until long after the market is already closed to watch these videos at 6 p.m. You can watch them the moment I'm done editing them in the Precious Metals VIP Club, usually around 12 p.m. But unfortunately, as I'm filming the video around 10 in the morning, the meeting is not over and no announcements have been made. But if you're doing your job and paying attention, you will have already found out whatever the announcement is going to be, which I'm going to update this video in tomorrow's video. And depending on what they comment on and what conclusions they come to, it can really send the market in an upward direction or a downward direction very, very fast. I think by now, we all know inflation is really bad and getting worse. Even 46 said it a couple of days ago. He knows it's a problem. The Federal Reserve knows it's a problem. You and I know it's a problem. But what no one seems to know or understand just yet is if the relentless printing or if the supply chain constraints are more to blame. Obviously, they're both to blame, but which is really cranking up the prices? Time will tell. But in an attempt to combat inflation, the Federal Reserve has been tapering, which is supposed to last until around the middle of March. The reason I say supposed to like that is because with rampant inflation, the Fed, in theory, could end the taper sooner. That way rates can be raised at a quicker pace. In my opinion, if they were to do that, that would probably cause the stock market to plummet, because raising rates means less individuals and companies will be borrowing money, as borrowed money would become more expensive at that point. And with less borrowing, we would see less consumers spending on non-essentials, and we would see less companies investing in their businesses as aggressively as they've been for the last year or so, aka bad for stocks. And now, really quick, speaking of stocks, I do want to talk about silver and gold, and we're going to do that in just one second. But first, let's do a really quick stock market update. The S&P 500 is currently up 1.66%. The Dow Jones is up 1.09%. The NASDAQ is up 2.3%. We're seeing green across the board. We're seeing a majority of individual stocks green. Everything is green. Everything is up for the most part. I don't want to say everything, but most of the stock market is heading in an upward direction. Again, filming this video at 10:30 in the morning. God only knows what the rest of the day is going to bring. In fact, something tells me before the announcement is even made at 2 p.m., we're probably going to be heading in a downward direction. I don't know if we're going to seep into the red, but I don't think this is going to be very long-lived, at least for today. And that's not a psychic prediction, by the way. That's not me basing it off of anything other than literally every single other day of the year so far. Every day has either been completely red from start to finish, or starts out in the green for the first hour or so and then starts to move in a downward direction and ends up usually closing in the red. That's the only thing I'm basing it off of. That's what I believe we're more than likely going to see. Of course, I may be wrong. Only time will tell. Now, I also wanted to quickly talk about 3 key tech stocks, and that's just because I talk about them all the time. I think by paying attention to these 3, you can learn a lot about the market and you can figure out what direction most other things are going to be moving in, being that the tech sector has been carrying the weight of the entire market. Tesla, for example, tech on wheels, is currently up 3.53%. Apple is currently up 1.58%. And then, of course, Amazon is up 2.25%. Key companies to pay attention to. If you don't want to pay attention to the overall market, I personally believe you can pay attention to these 3 and get a pretty good idea of where things are going to be going. And by the way, really quick, speaking of Amazon, if you have the opportunity to get $150 worth of Amazon stock for free, you should capitalize on it. Remember, download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you 2 free stocks just for doing so. And then if you refer 3 friends this month, you're going to get at least $150 worth of Amazon stock for free, all the way up to $3,000 worth of Amazon stock for free. That's over an entire share of Amazon, and all you have to do is click that little invite button, send it to 3 people that you know. It's quite literally that simple. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Now, moving away from all that, moving away from the stocks, moving away from the tech sector, moving away from the Federal Reserve and inflation and the tapering and raising rates and the meeting that they have going on around, moving away from all of that, let's now talk about the silver and the gold. Like I said, sitting here in front of me, I have a decent display. Nice little selection. We have some 1, 5, and 10 ounce silver bars. We have silver bar with my state, silver bar with my country, Westminster, Sunshine, silver gold bull bar. We have some creatures of the north. We have some miscellaneous silver coins down here, the maple leaf, the kangaroo, the type 1, and the type 2 silver eagle. Up there at the top, we have some fractional gold. We have a gold eagle, gold maple, gold Krugerrand, gold Britannia, gold Philharmonic, and then a slightly larger gold Philharmonic. Nice little selection. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about silver and gold today is because I wanted to share some of my thoughts. A lot of people say that when the dollar bill takes punishment, silver and gold automatically should go up by default. That's not true, and that's because so many things factor in when it comes to determining the spot price of silver or the spot price of gold. It's not exclusively the health and well-being of the dollar bill. It's not just our currency. It's not just our economy. There is the entire rest of the planet that you have to factor in. There are all the different industrial uses that you have to factor in. There's the paper market that you have to factor in. There are a lot of factors. There's a whole list of factors, and everything on the list of factors has a separate list of sub-factors. So just by looking at what's going on with the US dollar today doesn't inherently mean that silver should be doing anything at all today. Usually, it's a delayed reaction. So I probably believe that we're going to see quite a bit of movement coming up later on. Not just yet. I don't think it's going to be right off the bat. I don't think it's going to be immediate, and it hasn't been immediate. But I wanted to bring this up today because a lot of people gravitate towards silver and gold during times of inflation or economic instability or when there's uncertainty in the markets, or if they don't know what's going on, or they think growth is going to slow down, a lot of people move towards the precious metals, primarily gold, especially if they're one of the top dogs. They move to the precious metals as somewhat of a safe haven, I guess you can say, simply as a means of storing value. During times where they think growth might stop altogether, or slow down, or God forbid start moving in a downward direction, if they start taking more punishment than anything else, a lot of people move towards the silver and gold for, I guess you can say, a sense of stability during times of instability. That's the best way I can explain it. That's just my opinion. That's just what I believe. I could be wrong. But I will say this. Right now isn't exactly something that I would consider to be the time that a lot of people take their currency and put it into precious metals. If we were seeing inflation like this during any other time, yeah, absolutely. But like I said earlier in the video, we don't know the primary cause of inflation right now. Yeah, a lot of printing has been getting done for the last 2 years, but the supply chain constraints are a massive problem. And even the government is referring to it as persistent constraints. That's not good. That means it's not letting up. That means it's going on way longer than expected, and we're having an incredibly difficult time managing the situation. I personally believe that the supply chain constraints are causing more damage than most people realize. I think more people are focused on all of the printing that has been getting done, which, yeah, is absolutely a problem. But keep in mind, printing isn't inherently a bad thing. Printing dollar bills is not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing when the economy is not growing at a rate or at a pace to keep up with all of the dollar bills that they're printing. That's the issue that we're going through right now. We're printing a god-awful amount of currency, and we're not growing. We're on a standstill. Or actually, we're not even on a standstill. We're moving in a downward direction. So currency's moving in an upward direction. The economy's moving in a downward direction. I don't even want to say that's bad. That's horrible. But we also need to partner that up with the fact that we have a supply chain crisis. We're not able to get things at the ports. We're not able to get things at the borders. We have different countries putting in new rules and regulations and mandates and whatnot that are causing even more of a problem. Point being is that we're being attacked from all angles. And I don't know the primary cause of inflation right now. I think a lot of it has to do with the supply chain. And once we get that squared away, then we'll be able to decipher whether or not all of that printing was as damaging as it appeared. I know it was damaging, we just don't know how damaging it is just yet. And when we're going through something that we're going through right now, and it's causing inflation, like I said before, a lot of people turn to silver and gold during times of inflation. But right now, we have inflation going on because of an issue that we weren't really expecting. And it's not good that we're going through this, but later on down the road, we'll be able to say that it's good that we got through it. And the reason I say that is for pretty much the same exact identical reason as I refer to what happened in 2020 as a blessing in disguise. Was it a good thing to go through? No. Was it a good thing to get through? Yes, it absolutely was, because it was an eye-opener. It showcased, it highlighted to us that there are other things that we need to be prepared for. A lot of people are stacking for certain reasons. A lot of people are prepping for certain reasons. This opened up our eyes to something else to add to the list of things to prepare for. It showed us what our strengths were. It showed us what our weaknesses were. And from there, we were able to strengthen our weaknesses and hopefully, if you were doing the right thing, maintain your strengths as well. This right now, what we're going through right now with the supply chain and all the issues that we're dealing with at the moment, eventually we're going to be able to say, I'm glad we got through that because it woke me up to something else that I needed to prepare for. Like I said, a lot of people turn to silver and gold during times of inflation, but what about during times of inflation where prices are going up not exclusively because of the dollar bill being printed into oblivion? It's just something to think about. I'm just thinking out loud over here. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. By the time the video comes out, around 6 p.m., what are your thoughts on whatever the Federal Reserve talked about during their announcement around 2 p.m., just a couple of hours ago, by the time this video comes out? I know it's weird. I know I'm filming it at 10:30 in the morning. There's not really a whole lot I can do about that. Trust me, if I can quit my job and just make videos all day long, I absolutely would. But head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic when it comes to the Federal Reserve, when it comes to the supply chain issues, and of course, when it comes to the precious metals. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways every single month, deal alerts every single day, live streams multiple times a week. I will be going live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, aka 1 hour from the time I'm posting this video. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. And of course, last but not least, go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer 3 friends this month, and Webull is going to give you at least $150 worth of Amazon stock for free, with the chance of possibly winning all the way up to $3,000 worth of Amazon stock, which is more than an entire share. All you got to do is click the little invite button, send it to 3 people that you know. It's quite literally that simple. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, everything shared in today's video, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what the Federal Reserve talked about during their announcement around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? What are your thoughts on what they commented on? What are your thoughts on the conclusions that they came to? What are your thoughts on the taper? And what are your thoughts on the raising of rates? Again, filming this before I even know what the announcement's going to be about, so I will update it tomorrow. But head on down to the comments and let me know. And also let me know if supply chain constraints were on your radar before it became a problem. I'm going to be honest, this isn't something that I don't believe I ever even thought about this being an issue up until really last year or the year before. I didn't think that this would be another factor to add to the list of factors of things that could affect prices and could also, in theory, affect the spot price of silver and gold. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.